everyone, and welcome to Number 9 Farms. Today we are going to be making some freeze-dried fire cider ingredients. I work at the farmer's market, and so many people this fall were sick, and they would say, I'd say, well, did you drink some fire cider? And they'd be like, no, I've never heard of that. So then I started like telling them about it and everything. So I thought when the collaboration with Angela came about, I thought, well, this is a great time to, put the fire cider out there, because so many people, I was so surprised, that did not know of fire cider. And there was a lot of controversy with the fire cider because actually some company, small company, actually trademarked it, but it was a thing that had come about in sometime like in the Middle Ages. But Rosemary Gladstar, our herbalist guru, has made it famous, and she's the one who kind of like brought it out later on in her time. She's an amazing person. If you don't know Rosemary Gladstar, please check her out. She's got a lot of good books and a lot of good information, and she's kind of like got a lot of things that we know today because of Rosemary. And so this is some of our fire cider that we keep in the refrigerator at all times. And anytime, like my grandkids, anybody, it's here. And even my boys will say, I think I'm gonna need some fire cider. But today we're gonna freeze dry a bunch of items that I've got here. I already have all these freeze dried already, and I will show you that. But this is my garlic that I grew, a horseradish that we're gonna be using. I did buy that, and I don't peel it, but I scrub it really well because I always like to keep the skins on things, but that you're welcome to peel it. I'm gonna slice that up with my food processor. The ginger root, I'm going to just cut and put on the trays. The same with the lemons, the daikon radish, the jalapenos, the rosemary, and the oranges that we're gonna be, and I have a few turmeric. And then I have plenty of these. They're actually dehydrated, but we are gonna put those in there because I had to clean them up. And then we've got some onions that I grew this past summer, and even the red one. So both onions will be done on the tray. And then we'll have some blueberries, and we have some cranberries. And we've also got some cranberry juice here that we're gonna use the cranberries out of. And I will show you all the stuff that I have already freeze dried. So we're gonna put this together, and then at any time you'll have this on the shelf, and then you'll be able to just make it. And it takes 6 to 8 weeks to sit on your counter, but then after that you'll have some ready in your refrigerator. So now we want to talk about is the people, thanks to Angela at the Inquisitive Farm Wife for sponsoring this whole event and organizing it and doing this collaboration. We greatly appreciate our leader, and we also have some prizes that are going to be given away through a bunch of companies. That thank you so much for that. Harvest Right, Avid Armor, Freeze Drying Supplies, and 4 Jars, the Inquisitive Farm Wife, This Prepared Life, and Sophos Survival. So thanks to all of those that have taken out and donated things for the event, because it's really appreciated. And the reason I brought this book out is because I wanted to show you how great this book is. My little garlic here had stuff on it. There, it's still there. But there's a bunch of recipes in the book, and so everybody has their own little way of doing things, and this is like the way I do it. And also we have the Ceylon cinnamon sticks as well that will be going into ours. But some things that you could do, like say for your local area, something that's a popular thing that you want to put in there as well, that would be good too. Something that grows well in your area that you would find healing or is really good for you, or other herbs that you would want to use. You don't just have to use rosemary. You could use some lavender. You could use mint, other things. This is just how I make mine. So let's get started. I just wanted to show you how easy this cuts up, because It's some tough stuff.
Yes, it is.
But it's very strong and super good for your sinuses. Look at that. So that right there goes on the freeze dry, and it freeze dries amazing. And when you look for horseradish, you want to get horseradish that root is that it's hard. You don't want to get it soft. Alright, so what I wanted to show you was, which I have a lot of videos on doing the cranberries. I've got like 2 or 3 videos. But you're definitely, these have been in the freezer, and I did get these at the Cran Fest, which was, so they were from 22, but you just want to poke a hole in them because they need some way to penetrate to get through the moisture out of them. So just because they were frozen doesn't mean that it broke their cell walls. They definitely do need to be some kind of hole in them. And as far as the blueberries, I didn't have any success freeze drying the blueberries after they've been frozen, but some people have said they have. And what I do is I use that little tool,
roller ball.
Yes, and I use that. So what we're gonna do is, if you were going to do these now, you're gonna definitely need to put some kind of hole in them as well to get them into your freeze dryer, because now they're not gonna be able to be used on the roller ball because they've been frozen. And I didn't have anything fresh. And then these won't really matter, but we'll put those in there. But if those were fresh, you're gonna definitely want one little slice into them. So that you could use this with habaneros, you could use this with ghost peppers, whatever you would like. And the garlic, we're gonna lay a piece of parchment paper over it, and we're gonna put the garlic on that. Alrighty, so you can see here where the garlic is, the turmeric, and all the items are ready to go in the freeze dryer now. So I will meet you downstairs. We're going to go ahead and get it started. And okay, it's freezing. So we will see you when it's ready. So we have 31 hours and 34 minutes. So let's see what we got. Bruce already let out the air. The vacuum. Look at that.
Oh,
all the onions are done. Okay, and the lemons, yep, done. Cranberries, just as crunchy. And so we're gonna be putting all this now in our jar. Look, we got the jalapenos, the oranges are done. Look at that.
wow.
The garlic, turmeric.
How about the horseradish?
The rosemary. Yep, the horseradish. Look at that. There's the horseradish. That was the ginger. That's the horseradish. You want to go ahead and open up your sinuses now?
Go ahead, I dare you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Woo! I'm spitting fire. All right, well, first of all, I'm gonna take you around now and show you the freeze dryer, like I said I would, the freeze dryer stuff. All right, guys, just ignore the mess because we're still remodeling and doing things down here to get all the shelves right. But the freeze dried turmeric, you can see this was done last year. So that is one. This is more of it right here. And then I have the freeze-dried ginger. And then these are some of the freeze-dried oranges right here. And up here, like on the shelf here, there's the freeze-dried jalapenos. And all different things here. Freeze-dried, all freeze-dried, freeze-dried. So, and then I've got most of the stuff at the top is all my dehydrated peppers and a few other things, but like some of my herbs are up here too, all through here and here too. So you can make have it on the shelf and be shelf ready. And here's one of the horseradish already done. So like I said, I've done all of these and did it before, and then that's when, like I told you, the customers that don't know about it. And so now I want to be able to tell them about it and tell you guys. I wanted to show you those. Those are the freeze-dried cranberries that I did with the hole in them. So I don't know, several back there. All right, and I'm going to show you the ones that I did that are, these are the ones that are sliced.
That construction crew you have working here needs to get finished. I tell you, we're gonna have to really crack down on those guys, aren't we?
Now is you want to pack in as much of this that will fit in, say, a half-gallon jar. If you don't want to do a half-gallon jar, do a quart jar. It doesn't really matter. You just there's no right or wrong way what you're doing. As long as you're putting in these good ingredients that are helping, and they have so many vital, you've got allium, sulfur, you've got antibacterial, antivirals, inflammatory, just so many different things you're adding into this. And as you go along, just put in things. And also I've added the turmeric powder as well. Like, say I didn't have turmeric on hand, I added the turmeric powder, so you can do that as well. I want lots of ginger in there because that has so many good things, the antiviral, antifungal. So you want to add that in. Make sure I got both kind of onions. And most of these, well, of course, not everything, but these right here I grew myself. So you know that nothing is added to them. Then you've got lots of horseradish going in. And just go ahead and get it in there. And if you want to add the daikon radish, you can. I just put it in a little bit. And the chili peppers, the orange slices, and then everything that you don't use tonight, you can go ahead and, but you could literally go around the whole thing and add in a bunch of stuff, and then you could give these as gifts, and all in a jar of vinegar, or maybe some of your own apple cider vinegar that you've made. So that right there would be a nice little gift. We're going to put all the garlic in. But you get the idea and how easy it is to do and have it on hand. And we want all that turmeric, and I bought some extra turmeric out just in case I needed it. And then the cinnamon sticks, we get a couple cinnamon sticks in. And then you just want to add in that and the rest of the cranberries. Definitely want those cranberries in. They're so healing. All right, so let's say this is where you want to be, right here. And now you could just go ahead and leave this on the shelf. Or what we're going to do is we're going to add some apple cider vinegar tonight, and then we're going to let this soak for 3 to 4 weeks. If you want to let it soak 6 weeks, let it soak 6 weeks. It's no rhyme or reason to it. Whatever you feel comfortable with. And then after that, I strain it just using a regular strainer. And if you want to, you can add like a piece of muslin or a tea towel, whatever in between, and that way you can hear where it's absorbing it, the cracking and popping. And I might need to get another bottle of vinegar because I used the half-gallon jar because we need a lot.
Yes.
For the coffin.
And don't you need to do something with the lid?
Yes, I'll tell them that. So since it's, hold on a minute. Okay, so this here is the the fire cider that we have in the refrigerator. And you want to keep a piece of wax paper in between your lid because the vinegar wants to rot the lid, or rust it, should I say. I just take and fold it and put the lid on. Or you could use a plastic lid because they have plastic lids for them as well. And it's now that it's starting to go down some, you can add this, but you just think how nice and easy this will have on the shelf, especially when wintertime gets ready to approach, and when next year or whatever, and you've already got it all done in 3 to 4 weeks. Oh, it's August. Let me get some fire cider started. I think it's a great idea. Making it easy. Alright guys, I'm going to be right back. Alright guys, I wanted to show you this too. I always add peppercorns to it too. But everybody has their own set, and if you don't have a freeze dryer, because I know I heard a lot of people say they didn't have one last year, because this is my second year into the collaboration, and if you don't have one, you can always do this fresh too. So you don't have to do this freeze dry. I'm just thinking of ways now that I'm gonna have them on the shelf ready. All right, and what you're gonna wanna do is once you pour the vinegar in, like say tomorrow, keep checking it daily, because as everything in there absorbs all the liquid of the vinegar, and I always buy like the Bragg vinegar or the Azure Standard raw vinegar, as long as it has one with the mother. But if you have one that you're making yourself, that would be great too. And just go ahead now and put your cover on, and after the say 3 to 4 weeks is a minimum, but 6 to 8 weeks is even better, you can go ahead and strain it. And when you strain it, just strain it with a strainer like this, or whatever. Pour it on a jar, strain it, and then put your honey in. But a lot of people even say they don't put the honey in, but we always add the honey. All right, so I put my piece of wax paper on top, and then like every day for the 6 to 8 weeks, you just want to go around and shake it and stuff, and just keep it, right in the corner of your kitchen, wherever. And like I said, if the vinegar starts to drop down, just add some more vinegar. And I'm excited for this, and because we were down to the nitty gritty. Now this one I used the turmeric powder in, but since I had some of the fresh turmeric, it is in there. But look how beautiful that is and how simple that is. And it'll help keep you, get rid of those pesky little things that come our way.
Yes.
Take care, guys, and thanks to everybody who's involved.